Hi, Diana from Adirondack Girl at Heart. Today I want to talk about Native American baskets. We're going to be looking at some baskets made in the Quebec area as well as Maine. You may recognize some of the tribal names: Abenaki, Micmac, Penobscot, and Passamaquoddy. The baskets from those areas are made primarily with ash, splint, and sweetgrass. So let's take a look at the first one. This is a lovely basket with ash splint spokes and narrower ash splint weavers, along with braided sweetgrass decoration. And the basket was also has some painted decoration. This is light orange. It probably was a darker orange originally, and it's faded somewhat. Inside you can see the darker orange color. It has a double weave banding around the edge and these really sweet braided handles, also made of sweetgrass. And this is a very common decorative handle on these baskets. One of the most really extraordinary things about these baskets is how light they are. These ash splints are almost paper thin, and there was a reason for that. Or one of the reasons for that was the type of decoration that you often see on baskets from the Woodland Indians of this particular area. They made a decoration while they wove the baskets known as porcupine or curlicue decoration. This is a modified example of that decoration. In the blog post that relates to this topic of Native American baskets, I will have photographs of examples of the porcupine decoration. But you can see how it's dimensional. So this paper thin ash splint could be bent. It was very flexible. Ash was a slow drying, flexible wood, and when it was cut very thin like paper, it could be bent during the weaving to create this really pretty decoration. This is a single weave edge on this basket. It was also painted. You can see some of the remainder of the red paint on the inside, also on the bottom. This one has 45 cents written in pencil, so we know this is not a modern example. It's again probably from like the 1950s. It also likely had a lid, which is now missing. I will price this somewhere in the probably $15 to $20 range. This example would be more, $25 to $30. And then we have this sweet little example woven. The spokes are ash and the weavers are sweetgrass and very, very thin ash. You can see it has a green edge. It also had a green bottom, faded. And you can see that it also had a kind of a striped green decoration on the outside that has really faded quite a lot. This I would price in the $10 to $12 range. And the last basket example is this one. I call this a handbag or a tote. And it is made of ash splint, and this is called Hong Kong grass. It's a seed grass that could be easily twisted and then braided. Here's a piece off of another basket. I'll hold that up. Can you see that? So each piece is twisted and then you could braid with it. Very, very sturdy. Of course, if it dries out too much, then it breaks, just like any basket would if it got too dry. This this basket I would price in the probably $25 to $30 range. It is not, the handle is not in the best shape, is it? Okay, and the last example I want to show you is actually not a basket, but basket collectors like to collect birch bark boxes like these. So the sides and the lid and the bottom are all birch bark, and it's edged with sweetgrass, which was sewn into place with black cotton thread, and that's very common on these baskets and on these boxes. And this one has a design, an awl would have been used to punch this leaf design onto the lid. Sometimes these lids are etched with a knife and they have beautiful images on them, but this is just a simple hole punch. It needs a little bit of repair there. Not sure the value on that. I'm thinking probably $10 to $15. And this one is stamped on the bottom, original Indian handiwork, or authentic Indian handiwork made in Canada. So that helps us with the identification, of course. And it's an ink stamp, so I'm thinking 1960s or 70s on that, on this little box. So I hope you enjoyed learning a little bit about Northeastern Native American basketry. I hope you get the chance to see one, or maybe even find one when you're out vintage shopping. So I wish you happy hunting.